kind of slow and taking a minute. So,
And we're on.
yeah, so then at least we'll both have a copy.
Yeah. Dude, I'm all new to this stuff. I got a homie back in Colorado that does this, and he has been like telling me everything on like what software to download. He has let me jump on his website, so when I stream, it will stream on like 5 different websites
Yeah,
and even his website. So it's pretty cool. He's helping me out quite a bit. So like I'm already starting off like an audience, which sounds really cool, but also very nerve wracking.
that's pretty dope. I'm kind of just like YouTube and how to do everything right now. Like spending a lot of time on YouTube looking at shit. But probably cause I said I'm recording with my friend tomorrow. Some like movie review shit we're going to be recording. So
Right.
we'll probably just spend a few hours just fucking around with the. So what I'm thinking is we'll probably record and then like just spend a couple hours messing around with like editing the video and stuff and but then I was going to like just save them on my laptop until I launch and then upload them. But I was looking up because I was typing in my channel name and I couldn't find it on YouTube. So I just like Google like what the fuck was up with that. Apparently you're not gonna pop up in the search engine unless you upload like 3 or more videos
Yeah.
like you want. So I want to get this one uploaded there. Um Probably like tomorrow or something after I look at it.
Oh
And
crap! I'm gonna be on YouTube.
then the one that we're going to do tomorrow, we'll probably just go ahead and upload that too, just because I don't want to risk, because I'm trying to launch it on the first, and it's already like, yeah, it's going to be the 27th tomorrow when we're recording. It's like I'm cutting that hell. It's just been hard to get together though with like work.
Dude.
What the fuck he's
Yeah.
doing? Watch a snap. Look like he's fucking building a house or something. I don't know what the fuck he does for work, but fucking. And then he got caught up. Well, I don't know what the fuck he was doing tonight. We were supposed to record, but yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened with that. He told me he ended up going out of town, I think like with family or some shit like that. But
Right.
so tomorrow, like, we need to fucking get together because the shit's supposed to be launching on the first. And they were saying that sometimes it can take like 6 to 8 hours for the video to upload to YouTube and shit like that. So I'm probably just gonna launch him all early and
And
just not tell anybody about it until
yeah,
until
there's like people that have to watch your video before they like upload it. Supposedly, I heard.
yeah,
That's
that's
kind
what
of
they
tough, man.
said.
You know how many stupid videos get uploaded to YouTube every day?
That's the kind of job I need to have. Just watch people's stupid ass YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hell of
I
a
think
lot.
it's there's a bunch of crazy ass jobs out there like that.
It's
How
got
did they
like
come
easy.
out with
I don't know. I don't know how you even come across a job like that.
it? Right. Well, they probably just, YouTube probably just started letting people do whatever. And they were like, "Whoa." I mean, when I was young and the YouTube videos first started coming out, there was some crazy stuff on there.
Yeah, they did. They had some wild shit on there. Like I think the craziest shit I remember being on YouTube was probably like those Kimbo Slice fights when he was like punching people's eyeballs out and shit like that.
Right.
Like,
Oh man.
fuck, yeah, that was some brutal ass shit to be on there live.
I remember there used to be like back when the Iraq War was still going on, like soldiers would get on there and make like song parodies, and they're like over there fighting in the war, and I'm like, you are in the middle of a war and you are making like YouTube parodies. What is going on
Yeah,
over here?
there used to be all kinds of shit on YouTube. You used to
Mm-hmm.
watch full ass movies on there. Well, you still can if they're old enough, but there used to be a lot more current movies up. Like I watched 21 Jump Street on YouTube actually.
I remember doing
Like
that.
that shit
Yeah,
first came out.
yeah. Kevin Hart movies. I used to watch
All them
Kevin
shits
Hart
on
movies
YouTube.
when
All
they
them
would come
shits.
out on YouTube.
All of them. Oh,
Hopefully, they don't take our video down now that we said that. They're like, ah, you're those people.
no, I hope they don't take down shit. But I guess we should start
Right.
something.
Hopefully, my answers are good enough for your YouTube. So
No, they're good, man. Basically, the whole like purpose of the YouTube channel is like I do like horror movies and shit like that, but there's a whole lot of them that like it's almost embarrassing to say I haven't seen them like as a horror fan. But I've kind of been waiting to watch them until I have some sort of a platform. So that's kind of why I'm doing the YouTube channel. Kind of like log it in a sense,
Right.
like a journal of watching them. Just because, like, I don't know, I nerd the fuck out when I watch movies, and I like pay attention to all kinds of different shit in them. So basically, the point of the channel is to go ahead and just interview people that have seen like the classics and shit like that, and then people
Right.
that even the people that haven't, it's kind of like interviewing them about their first scary movies, and
Yeah.
just interviewing them about also the first ones that got them like into the genre, the ones that made them like actually like it. Get my fucking mouse right off the middle of this fucking screen. Yeah, that's kind of the
uh,
channel.
yeah.
So like,
Sounds pretty dope.
like some of the first shit you remember watching as far as like horror flicks back in the day?
Back in the day, of course, Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, all the, huge classics.
That's
I
actually
mean, my
my
parents were heavy into that shit. Like they loved it, completely loved it, and let me watch it, and that's probably why I'm as fucked up as I am now that I'm this old. I don't give a fuck about anything. I mean, my favorite though, the Halloween movies.
oh yeah,
You can't fuck with those. I think those are the best. But my favorite out of them is the Rob Zombie edition. You know who Rob Zombie is?
yeah.
Yeah, the heavy
Yeah, that fool
heavy
was pretty out
metal
there.
type
He
shit.
makes some crazy
Right,
shit.
there's some fucked up horror films,
Yeah.
man. But yeah, his edition of Halloween, I think was just, I think it like hit out of the park. It was amazing. I don't watch it too much. I'm not too into horror movies,
Yeah.
like I used to be. I used to be with a girl that was all about them. She'd watch like exorcism movies and always come over and be like, "I want to watch Exorcist movies," and I was like, "Why?"
No, I used to kind of feel that same way, but I mean, of course, like I wasn't allowed to watch that shit really growing up, like religious reasons and shit like that. My mom was like,
uh,
"Fuck no," you know what I mean? But like far back though, I managed to sneak around and watch like Chucky and like the Leprechaun and like little
Chucky. Oh man, I
shit
forgot
like
about
that.
Leprechaun too. Woo!
I mean, Leprechaun, but like those are some of the ones like I kind of grew up and watched them, and they were like really not all that fucking scary, but they were good ass
When we were
movies.
young, they were.
Hell yeah! And the time coming out, that shit was scary as fuck. I remember Leprechaun
Uh,
specifically. I had nightmares about Leprechaun, but now like I watch that shit for fun.
that's how fucked
All the
up our
fun.
brains are.
Yeah,
We
that be
like
that
to
shit.
watch people get murdered on the TV,
I
but
do.
if we were
Like
walking down the street and somebody was getting murdered, we'd freak the fuck out.
it was different in horror flicks because they just ignore everything,
Mm-hmm.
and like it's hard to feel bad for them.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, oh, you fucking fell down. Really? You fell
No,
down like 2 weeks ago. What is
no.
going on?
The Hol-
Saw though. Yeah, I saw your background. Saw those freaked me out big time.
oh yeah, fucking
Yeah. I'm not
Saw made
blood.
me very uneasy. I'm not like super familiar with those. They're
Mhm.
really good. Like if you can get past the gore and shit, they're really good. Like cat and mouse, like police stories. Like they're
Right.
badass stories. Like but after a while, he kind of got to just be doing too much for me. That shit was kind of
The problem with Saw,
little
man,
cringe.
it didn't hit you on like a gruesome level. Like you had all the blood, you had the bones breaking, like you had. But the thing that really messed me up was the mental part of it. I mean, he played games with these people, like he gave them scenarios, and like you had to sit there and watch it, and it's like you didn't blink the whole fucking movie.
Yeah,
And
the
I remember the guy
that fool.
sawing, what was it, his leg?
Yeah,
Uh,
that was like the big like because at first
yeah,
uh, it wasn't like super gory like that. Like he just kind of like the like they really just had like the one big gory scene in it, which in the first one was a dude sawing his leg off to get there,
yeah.
which was fucked up because you end up seeing that that Jigsaw was the dead body in the room the whole time. That shit tripped me the fuck out. He like executed himself and shit like that, and I was like, what the fuck? Then he just got up and walked out like a G too. I was like, this motherfucker was in the room the whole fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was nuts to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but then the fact that he got that girl in the I forget because like I don't watch them often because they're pretty fucked up, but they're really good police story movies. So that fool was smart. I'll give
Right.
him that. Actually, the latest one, a lot of people didn't like it, but to me, it was the easiest one to watch. So it was low key my favorite one. It was a lot of fun to watch.
I mean,
Was
what
it
is
like
there, like six of them
82?
now?
Some shit like that.
Yeah,
And
like
then I
it's
think
just like
like Chris Rock is doing like a spinoff for
mhm.
some shit like that. Looks
It's
pretty
like
good though.
Transformers, man. It was good after like the third one, and then after that, just
They
it's like
almost
cool.
lost me when they brought in Mark Wahlberg, but then they really lost me when they brought in John Cena.
Oh my
I was
god,
just like,
man.
come on, man. That's like when they put Kevin Hart in the Fast and Furious spinoff. I was just like, why is he need screen time in this shit? This
Right,
shit makes
right.
no fucking sense to me. It was the
It's
dumbest
all with
shit
The Rock, man.
in the fucking world, man.
I mean, there for like 4 years, The Rock was in like every movie.
Him and Kevin Hart both been
He
on
was in
that
like
shit,
three of them.
like everything.
Right, right.
I should have never
Um,
put him in those movies. That was a terrible fucking idea. But yeah, you were saying Nightmare on Elm Street. That's actually one of my favorite ones. I didn't watch it until I want to say like 2016, actually.
really?
Uh, the original one. I didn't watch it cause
Oh
like
man.
the only ones I had ever seen of that were was the third one. I've always thought the third one was pretty fucking dope. I saw like the remake in like 2012 or whatever the hell, but
Right.
I never did get around to watching the original first one until like later on, like 20. I want to say it was like 2015 when I checked that out. It was on sale like for Halloween or whatever, and I was actually picking up the Leprechaun for like a Halloween party. We were watching a bunch of like just like the classics and shit like that,
Hmm.
and I picked it up and then I watched like that. Like I actually paid attention to it for the first time, and I was like, this is a pretty fucking good movie actually. So like that's one of the ones that like I watch a lot now. Um,
Yeah.
I found that like the main character, I forget her damn name, but she's kind of corny, like when she be screaming and shit like that. But um, I like part two didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. It was just kind of fucking weird. But I think the third one is slept on. Uh, when they're in the mental hospital and shit
Yeah.
like that, and
I
they
don't think
all
I've seen that one yet.
oh man, that's a good one. Like because like the chick from the first movie, she comes back to the mental hospital as a doctor whenever she like starts hearing the rumors and shit about it, and she like teaches the kids how to like fight back in their dreams and shit. Like this, it was pretty dope. I think
Man,
they made
okay, I
like I
have
think there's
seen
like
that
seven
one,
or
but
eight
it's
of
been
those.
so long. That
Yeah,
sounds really familiar.
that one has some pretty fucked
Uh,
up in it too, though.
it made
But
me scared to go to sleep.
that shit was
Being a
pretty
little
fucked
kid,
up.
man, I ain't gonna go
Um,
to sleep. It's gonna be there.
Yeah, me and my cousin we used to watch that shit a lot. I think like my senior year, I was staying with my aunt. Me and my cousin, we would stay up. It was like all those fucked up movies would come on at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. They were showing like Friday the 13th and like shit like that, which I didn't really pay attention to them fully, I guess, until I was older. Still, because like I didn't even realize until like 2014 ish that uh his mom was actually the killer in the first movie. That shit tripped me out. I was just like, what? Like, I never made that
Right.
connection. I just like remember being younger and seeing a bunch of people get killed and all these fucked up ways. I'll
Mhm.
never think I would like watched it like completely to the end to figure out that fucking plot twist until I was like an adult, really.
What did you think about like Freddy versus Jason? Have you seen all that stuff?
But that okay, so that shit was fun. I think the concept was dope. They should redo it though. I think they should. Um,
Especially with the animation they got out today.
I think they did the best they could for the time, but that's another one I like to like get high as fuck and just watch Freddy versus Jason. It's a ridiculously shitty movie, but it exists, and we all wanted it to be badass, so we pretend it's good and we watch it all the fucking time. I watch it a lot. Like every Halloween, I make it a point to watch Freddy versus Jason
It's a bunch
because
of corny ass movies
it's
like that.
just fucking hilarious, man.
Yeah, right.
And then
Yeah,
like the security guard in Freddy versus Jason. He's like that dumbass in Scary Movie 1 and 2. I don't know if you
Oh
ever made
shit.
that
Yeah,
connection.
fuck, what was
That's
his
like
name?
fucking guy. I think he was Greg. I think in Scary Movie.
Yeah. Oh man, scary movies. They were You remember when what is the spin-off of Paranormal Activity by the Wayne brothers?
You talking about a haunted house?
Yeah. Oh my
Haunted
God, when that
house.
came out.
That shit was a perfect spoof though. Like if you ever go back and watch Paranormal Activity, it's like those spoofs were spot. Every time the Wayans did a spoof, it was spot on. Like
Oh yeah.
I've been like rewatching Scream. That's another one that I watched it back in the day, like on VHS and shit. But I don't remember it completely. But like I watch Scary Movie a lot. That's one of the most watched movies like around this house. I watch
I
it a
for,
ton.
I
But
forgot what scary movie it was. Since you watched it a lot, you probably remember. Forgot which one. Where the alien like pisses out of its finger. You know which one I'm
oh,
talking about?
that's the third one. Yeah,
Is that the third one? Oh my
yeah,
God,
with
I remember.
Charlie Sheen and shit.
Yeah.
That shit was retarded. I think the funniest thing about that one was probably Kevin Hart and Anthony Anderson, though. That shit was pretty funny.
Oh man, I forgot about
And then like
that.
all
Yeah.
the 8 Mile references too. I didn't understand that. I was like, what the fuck? I think they were trying to say that 8 Mile was a bad movie, low key. I don't know, but I don't get it.
You don't see too many rappers get their own movie. I don't know about they really made 8 Mile.
Yeah,
It's like
not like that. Other than like
OCD was explaining how he got big, and then they're like,
other
"Wait,
than
y'all don't
Rich or Die Trying,
understand,
it's like the only other one really.
right?
And even I
Let's
don't
make a
think that
whole
was like
movie about this upbringing."
I don't even think that one was really like. I think they were both like loosely based true
Right.
stories. I don't think they were like full on exactly what went down.
The weirdest shit about 8 Mile, though, man, I'd say was I was watching it one day, and my mom walked in, and it was right in the middle of the sex scene, and I was
Oh,
like, 16 years old, man. I was just sitting there like,
the whole like 30
um,
seconds.
and
That's the funniest part of the whole movie. That shit was so just like
they literally made
that.
us sit there and watch that
It
shit for
was
30
done.
seconds.
I was like, who does that and cleans up, pulls up, and just is done that fast? I was like, that's about the fakest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life.
And the bad thing is they made you sit there and watch that shit. Like they could have just went to a commercial break, or like went to a black screen and laid over to another scene. No, you
Yeah,
gotta sit there and watch.
TV's so much worse now though.
Right? I don't even think I even watch TV nowadays. I really just I think we've been watching King of the Hill.
Been
We
watching
like
what?
literally King of the Hill.
Oh, I haven't watched that shit in a minute. It's pretty funny
Yeah,
though.
yeah, we've been watching that. There's like 12 seasons or something like that. And we're on like season 4. But before that, we were watching The Office like back and forth.
I fucking can't get into The Office, man. That's a scary movie to me.
That's a scary movie to you.
Shit's just horrifying. You know?
Try watching the British version. The British version is horrible.
I've heard that. I
There's only
forget that there's like a
like 3
British
seasons of it. I mean, they had a good concept, but the American version really knocked it, full 9 seasons and was able to actually end it in a very well way. That's a lot of problems with TV shows nowadays. Is they just get canceled so fast because like
They
nobody's
do.
into it.
They
Office was
do
able to
so
go that full
fast.
length.
Well, there'll be a lot of people into it too, though. But then, like, like Daredevil, like they just like
Mm-hmm.
kind of cut that shit after the third season. I was like, well, they cut all of them shits actually, and then told them they couldn't appear nowhere else. Those characters for like 4 years or some shit like that. Like it was a long
Really?
fucking time. Yeah, they got fucked. Uh, the people that did those Marvels Defenders or whatever the fuck, they kind
Yeah.
of got fucked for a minute, and now like Disney owns all that shit. So I'm just like I hope they don't recast Daredevil at least. Well, Jessica Jones too. Everybody else I didn't really care too much about. Like Luke Cage is alright, and like Iron Fist was okay, but I think Iron Fist has some of the most like just Hollywood influenced martial arts scenes ever. Like
Yeah.
it was kind of corny. Like I couldn't really get all into it.
Speaking of Marvel, what do you think would be the correct way to go with Black Panther? Think they should leave it alone, or got her name, cast the female, or
well, they
go
can't
with
really leave it alone because like the story or whatever. I never was like deep off in the comics, but I think what people are saying is that realistically the sister would take his place or something like
right.
that. But I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do. People are trying to get them to like recast it as Michael B. Jordan and shit like that. Which
Well, they left
I mean, he can do it,
loopholes.
but I don't know. I don't think he'd want to do that though.
They left some loopholes there at the end of the Black Panther, like the big fight scene where he like supposedly killed Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan's character. We know Wakanda has that technology. They brought back that one guy. I forgot his name. Like he was dying, and they inserted those little pods in his body, and it killed him. Because Wakanda has like crazy ass technology. So that scene where Michael B. Jordan is staring off into the sunset, and you never see his character die. It just kind of like zeroes out, fades out, or whatever. And so they're saying there's kind of a loophole where they could bring him back. And so I don't know. I mean, I can't wait to see what they do with it though, because I'm all about that stuff, man.
I haven't looked too deeply into it. I was kind of just wait around until the next movie comes out. Just figure it out that way.
Man, I get to reading some stuff when I'm on my toilet time.
But then there's so much then there's so much like fan made shit too. I pretty much just leave it all alone.
Right.
Until I see something like official, like till I start seeing it everywhere. Then I'm like, okay, maybe there's something there. But
yeah, I saw this stuff on Snapchat. You can get on Snapchat.
Oh yeah, those like explore pages and shit.
Like yeah. I saw that on. I forgot which one it was, but I don't know, man. I know I got a 3-year-old, and he loves Black Panther. He's actually going to be Black Panther for Halloween. I got to do that thing. Yeah, so he walks around the house with his Black Panther mask to hold up his arms and say Wakanda forever. It's pretty cool. He was about Iron Man, like Black Panther.
I think that was one of the first like Marvel movies that I took my wife to go see. I want to say that, well, technically Deadpool was, but I mean out of like that mainstream Marvel stuff, like I think it was Black Panther and then Thor Ragnarok, and then we saw Infinity War.
Did you cry?
That's like the timeline she jumped in on.
Did you cry at the end of Endgame?
No.
You didn't cry when Tony Stark died?
No.
Come on, man.
You know why? He lived a great life. He lived a better life than everybody else there. Everyone else had a shitty upcoming. Look at Peter Parker. He deserved to fucking survive. Everybody deserved to survive.
Man, he was just my favorite.
He had the most to leave everybody if he died too. Just make the most sense.
Right. You remember when when he first appeared in the Marvel movies? Do you remember?
Like the first movie, like the first Iron Man. You talking about?
No. He actually appeared before the first Iron Man. He appeared in Hulk. That came out in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
And then it also came out. The first Iron Man came out in 2008. Yeah, it was at the end. The Hulk goes away, does his thing because he's all angry all the fucking time and shit. And so he goes away, does his own thing. And, it like a scene goes to where it's like it looks like an old ass pub, old ass bar or some shit. And some big general sitting there at the bar, and Tony Stark walks in this big ass fancy suit, and he walks in and says something. He goes, "Well, we're putting together a team." And then like the movie blacked out, and everybody was like, "What? What do you mean?" All the comic nerds and stuff were like, Oh my God, they're doing it. And then, they released Iron Man later that year. And I can't remember what came next after that. But
I had that whole thing happen like like I didn't cry, motherfucker, but at Infinity War when everyone died at the end, I was shocked as fuck. But then like
right.
I was looking on Facebook and a bunch of people like knew that was gonna happen apparently, and I was like, what the fuck? Comic book nerds, man, they know everything.
Right. I nearly shit myself when everybody died. I was like, what the fuck? We've been watching this shit the whole time. They're going to kill everybody off.
Yeah, no, I felt kind of played. I was real confused.
Right.
But
no yawning.
it happens, man. I've been working on it. No, I wasn't too bad, honestly. It was actually really slow. Just watch UFC.
Right. Wait, there's a UFC fight tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say his last name, but I'm going for him.
New Adesanya.
Yeah. You see, you knew who I was talking about.
I'm hoping.
Reminds me of Silva, man.
I'm hoping he wins though, but I don't know. I hope he doesn't do anything stupid and try to like prove anything to Acosta and take the shit to the ground.
Right.
Like, that would just.
But Costa's a knockout artist, right?
He's big though. Like
Yeah.
Acosta's big. Like even at the weigh-ins, I was looking at their size difference and I was just like, you're not going to want to take one of those. Like I don't know, man.
Yeah, I was watching some highlights of Costa, man, and that dude is if he lands one punch, right? But I mean, that guy, I can't pronounce his name. He's so fast, very very small and limber.
You ever watch his kickboxing fights?
All over the octagon.
You ever watch his kickboxing fights?
I've seen highlights. I never watched all of them though.
He's got like some really, really entertaining ass kickboxing fights. Like, I don't know. Kid's good.
Man, I remember
like 30 years old and shit.
He's 30?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he doesn't look it. He looks like 25 or something, man.
It looks like he got skinnier like during this fight for some reason. He probably got COVID and shit. Didn't tell nobody. Watch.
Remember when Silva fucking broke his leg?
Yeah, that shit was nasty. Like,
that was gross as fuck.
I would never get back in the ring after some shit like that.
I paid for that fight.
I don't know.
I was pissed.
Yo, didn't I watch a Silva fight at your house too when he lost?
That's the fight. That was the fight.
No.
What? Oh, so did you come away?
No, fuck. Maybe it wasn't Silva.
First week fight, right? Or the second one? I mean, Did he break his leg first in the first one? Or did he break his leg in the second one?
I don't even remember, dude. I had to look it up.
You came over for the first one. That's what it was.
I think I did. Yeah, because he lost. Yeah, did he win?
No, he lost. He lost both times to Weidman.
Oh yeah, because we played UFC after that.
Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't use Anderson Silva. I was like, nope, not doing it. Nah, he was dominant though, man. Back in his prime, I showed my girl some highlights of Silva, knocking out Forrest Griffin, man, going after.
Shit broke my heart, man. I used to. Forrest Griffin was one of the first ones I started watching, man. That shit hurt my heart bad.
He was my favorite. And watching Silva,
it was just that jab that dropped him, and I was just like, you want to go out like that, man?
Right. And knocked him down like 3 times. Let him get back up. Knocked him down again. Let him get back up.
Forrest Griffin fought Rampage. That's one of the first fights I started paying attention to the sport.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. That started Rampage's losing streak, though. He started losing everything.
Oh my god.
Brian Bader fucked him up bad too.
Right, yeah.
It was terrible.
My other favorite was GSP.
Hmm.
That dude was a dominant fighter.
He's so little
He
though.
probably
Like what you see, then his voice, GSP and Anderson Silva both got them tiny ass voices.
yeah, and he's got the baldest fucking head. Like GSP's head is very, very shiny.
And he
Shinier
shiny
than Hernando's.
like Coach Briggs. Oh
Oh,
shit! Oh damn, that's funny.
yeah, no, man. You would have ever thought, growing up, I want to do a podcast, and like the main reason I want to do a podcast is because of Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah, I was meant to ask you, what made you
Oh
just
my God,
randomly
man!
want to start this shit up?
I grew up with Fear Factor. Oh, are you there? Oh, there you are. Okay. It kind of
Yeah. Like the audio cut out real quick for a second. I was like, we were just staring at each other all awkwardly and shit.
it's like back at math class.
Oh, dude.
Oh man. But yeah, used to go to bed watching 1,000 Ways to Die, and then Fear Factor would come on, and then I grew up watching UFC with my dad, and now like Joe Rogan is like what the biggest podcast in the
Yeah,
world.
like I knew what Fear Factor was, and I would watch it at people's houses and shit every now and then. But like, I never even realized that was Joe Rogan that was in Fear Factor until
Right.
because I was watching this podcast for a while, and then like somebody brought up Fear Factor, and I was like, how the fuck did I never like make that connection that was Joe Rogan? Well, I mean, I never really like watched it intensely like that. I guess, like to be fair, but it was just like, oh
Man, I could not do Fear Factor ever.
no,
Never. I watched a girl eat like a horse dick or something like that. I was like, that's fucking disgusting, man. I got way too much pride to be doing that shit. Fuck that. Like I don't need money that much. I'll make my own. I'm not laying in a bed full of scorpions. I'm not gonna be sitting there playing with snakes. I'm good.
snake shit is what got me. I remember like there was one. I think it was like they were like it was like twins, but it was twin lifeguards specifically though, and they had to do some weird thing where they were like swimming around in this tank full of like some kind of snakes. I don't know, but I was just like, who the fuck would want to just jump in that bitch and swim around with all the
Right.
mother like what the fuck? No.
Like, no, man. I've seen the crocodile hunter. I'm not fucking with snakes. I'm not doing it. uh, but I think the craziest thing I saw was the one thing I didn't like was when they had to get in a tub full of like tarantulas and like other little spiders. I'm not about that. Like I've tried.
Oh
You
shit.
might be able to talk into the snakes. What's up?
I feel like oh my boy, we were when I was at work watching the fights, we were like talking to each other. He just hit me up and he was like, "Holy shit! Tell me you saw that." Dot dot dot. I think Adesanya might have just knocked out a Costa or something. I don't know.
I'm getting on ESPN. I'm checking
I'm
it.
saying I'm about to see what the fuck just happened.
Yeah,
Actually,
no. Breaking news coming first. Well, it's not going to be posted right now, but
I'll look this shit up right now.
I don't think it's started yet.
Oh no, what he was talking about. Let me see.
Was it talking about Blackowitz and Reyes? Because that was a TKO.
Oh yeah, maybe that's what he's talking about.
That was the one that just ended.
Yeah.
Dude, can
Okay,
you?
maybe I'm just.
Ah, man, I don't know. I saw him like.
Oh,
He was
he said he knocked out
in
Dominic Reyes and broke his nose sideways. God damn.
Damn, you can tell I'm about football.
That's bad, man. God damn. So I think Adesanya's next, actually. Let me try
Damn.
something
Yeah.
real
I'm
quick.
looking at the ESPN app and they're showing me they're showing me the like damage that the fighters took during Reyes and Blackowitz, but however you say it, and like Reyes's head is like fully fucking red.
That's just pretty
Damn,
bad.
dude, he landed 20. If I'm reading this right,
If I'm
he
reading this
landed
right.
5 headshots on Reyes.
Yeah. You this.
Imagine getting punched by a guy that, oh my god, holy crap. Oh, dude, and the guy that won, he does Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Oh, yeah.
See how this works.
Oh, what's going on? Whoa, I see myself. What the fuck? You can do that?
Let me see. Can you see? Hold on. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
You see Adesanya?
Are you watching it?
Yeah. Do you see him?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dope. Slightly illegal, but we got this.
All right, man. If I get arrested tomorrow when I get
Hey,
out, I'm coming.
you'll be good. You'll be good, man. If anything, YouTube
So
just send me
no,
an
this was
email.
all Adrian, not Sebastian. Man, frozen now.
It's an interesting little first episode. Watch the Adesanya fight.
Right. I can't even
Oh
see it.
shit!
It's frozen on my end. Oh, it's back. Oh.
Oh, right over here. Yeah.
Hey, man. You don't have any antivirus on your device?
It's a ad. Or, I mean, it's
Uh-oh.
a fake.
See, I only see you.
Hmm?
I only see you now. I don't see
Oh
the
shit!
fight.
I'll fix it. I shouldn't have touched nothing.
See?
Damn.
Bro, who is our teacher in math class?
Miss Johnson.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I wonder if she's still teaching.
Probably. Did it come back yet?
No, you're just really fuzzy now.
Oh damn. I'll close it out all the way. Let me
Watch you get
Skype.
back into it. The fight's already over.
I know. Watch. I don't know what's going on.
Adesanya and are
Now
somehow.
I can't make you big again like on this screen. Ah, fuck it. Oh, fuck. Oh, there we go. And then share computer sound. Start sharing again.
Oh, Nuggets lost.
There you go. We'll just get back in here. Well, they still gotta. He's got to walk to the octagon, and they got to be all. Why you not in the red corner? And all that bullshit.
I still don't see it.
Hopefully, it's just taking a minute again because it just started back. It says I'm sharing my screen.
Hey, I can hear it now.
And although this is a different kind of bull in a Matador bull equation in Paulo Costa, he believes that he has.
Maybe the video is just going to take a second to kick in.
Defend this undisputed title for a second time.
It's Reyes beats Jones. Jacare almost beats Blachowicz, and then.
Old. Paulo Costa is 29. Adesanya is 3
Damn.
taller. He will have
Did it ever come back?
Reach advantage. All right, now,
what the fuck?
Introductions. Here is Bruce Buffer.
I don't even see your video at all. Like, it doesn't even say you have a video right now. Make sure you're on the bottom. Make sure your video is turned on.
Of the evening, our 3 judges.
It is just on screen share.
Mike Bell, Dave Torelli, and Clemens Werner. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon, Jason Herzog. This
I should have never touched nothing. I look bad.
The official protein snack of the UFC. Presented by The Boys. Watch the diabolical new season only on Amazon Prime Video.
Just push stop right there. Let me start again.
Been waiting for, live from UFC Fight Island in Abu Dhabi.
Come on, Facebook. Fucking take shit down all the time.
Time! 5 rounds.
Did it come back yet?
For the
No.
I just reshared the screen
UFC
specifically.
Middleweight Championship of the World. Introducing
Damn,
first,
that's
fighting out of the blue corner, an undefeated mixed martial
Can't
artist,
see you anymore
holding a
either.
perfect professional record, 13 wins, no losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall.
Damn, I'll just close it out. What happened? I can't see you now.
How about now?
Okay, there it is. We're back. Man,
Yeah.
fuck it. All right, well, I tried. I tried, then I fucked it up. Now I'm scared I'm gonna fuck up the Skype if I mess with it again. I'll just leave it alone.
Why is nobody live streaming on Facebook? They're letting us down right now.
I'll just watch it on my phone silently in the back. Won't be too big of an asshole.
I'm about to drop $60 to buy this UFC fight.
Don't do that for this last 15 minutes or 25 minutes.
Right.
Yo, but what made you want to start a podcast, and how'd you come across getting Leo to go in on it with you?
Well, like I said, the main reasons, man, I started watching the Joe Rogan podcast like a year ago, and
Trying to set this up.
the knowledge I learned just from watching a podcast. I have a hard time like sitting down and like reading and like really focusing and paying attention, and I think a lot of kids in my generation do. So it's really easier for us to like sit down and listen to stuff.
That's why I
And
play
so,
a
like,
video game.
Right. So when I'm at work, man, I got tired of listening to the same music. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just start listening to something. And I started listening to the podcast, and the very first like Joe Rogan podcast I listened to was Elon Musk. And I'm all about space, man. I love learning about space. I got an app on my phone that shows me where the planets are at. And I was in Colorado, and I saw fucking, have you heard of the Starlink satellites?
No.
Man, it's some shit that Elon Musk created to give like Earth fucking Wi-Fi or some shit like that, or the Wi-Fi to satellites and etc. And I looked it up, and then I watched the podcast, and I saw those fucking Starlink satellites, man. It's like a light. It's like, say my finger's a light. You see just one, and then you see another one, and then you see another one, and then you see another one. There's like 40 of them in a pair. And I fucking watched those go across the sky. And it was fucking amazing. And I put it on Facebook, and a lot of people reacted to it and was just like, that's so fucking cool. That's insane. I talked to people at work. We like sat there and chatted about it for hours. Me and my homie, we after close, we like hung out after close and we just sat there and talked for like 2 hours. And then one of us was like, man, I really would like to do a podcast. And I was like, fuck yeah, that sounds great. And I started thinking about it and I was like, you know what, one day I will start one. So then I moved to Duncan and it's super cheap to live here and I had some extra money and well, I thought I did.
I hear that.
Bro, I thought I had some extra money and then I messed up and bought this computer and it got me behind, but I'm catching back up. I asked my boss for some money and he's like, my boss is helping me out, so thank you to my boss. I've already paid him back half of the money. But yeah, so then I put it on Facebook that I was starting a podcast. After I bought the computer, I asked if anybody wanted to do it with me, and Leo hit me up and was like, yo, man, are you serious? And I was like, yeah. And then I guess him and Edgar Diaz have talked about it as well. So we've been chatting every now and then on Facebook about getting together and doing one. I feel like I need a better camera, though, if there's going to be
a good way to go, man.
Huh?
Leo, I think Leo's a good person to help you with that. He's funny as hell.
Right. Man, I delivered to him the other day.
I wish I hadn't fucked this up so you could see this shit right now. God,
are they fighting?
Yeah, bro. Oh my.
They going at it?
Fucking. They just both stood.
Where are you watching that on at?
Crack streams. They both just stood in the center and just put their hands down like this and were just dead ass staring at each other in the fucking middle of the octagon. But Adesanya has been fucking him up with these leg kicks. Like Acosta's got some fucking whelps on the back of his legs. Looks like some fucking slave punishment on the back of his legs right now. It's like a whole child abuse case back there. Ooh, and he's running away from them shits now.
Can you still see me?
Yeah.
I bet.
Man, I'm scared to mess with this share screen. It says it's still selected. Let me stop it. There we go. Man, I had figured it out too. It was working so good.
I just got on this website and it was Asian girls relationship chatting. Oh, I got it.
Hold on, your mic just did the weird Matrix thing on me. What'd you say?
Oh, God. Oh, man.
Oh, did you find it?
Yeah.
Ooh, don't do that. Don't do that.
And that's the stage.
Damn. That shit's good so far, man. Better than that Romero fight.
Oh, man. Yeah, mine's like really bad.
Those leg kicks. Look at that shit.
I wish I could hook my computer up to the Ethernet.
So, did you get like a desktop computer, or you bought a laptop?
So I have a laptop, not a desktop, to do the podcast with.
Let's take a look here. This is the story that first round.
It looks like I just found it.
He's losing his shit. I don't know.
You know, stopping
Is yours lagging really bad on your end?
The sound has been like kind of laggy.
Yeah, my video is lagging really bad.
There's somebody across the
Yeah, if you want to, we could start recording. And,
Yeah, if you
Get
want.
red on that leg.
then we could do another recording if you wanted to do something like.
Oh shit!
It's not going to help matters. You wonder.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, you
Oh.
see each impact where
Hey, it's not lagging anymore.
Ocean
Oh shit!
where Israel.
Alright, no, don't lag.
Adesanya appeared an
I
inch
know my
away
phone.
from Lane.
Ooh,
Did not necessarily think so.
he can't move. Yo,
He's not
this should,
landing anything yet. Close this distance. He's got his hands go. There's a nice leg kick. There's another.
damn.
Oh,
That's pretty good. Damn. And now the sound
dude, his leg is welled up, my dude.
that shit
Holy
is terrible.
crap!
It's on both sides too.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, cost a show.
Mm.
From Paulo Costa, 90 seconds. It's gone by round 2.
Damn.
Oh.
Let me just stop.
Well,